morning. So I never get a chance to sort of come out and have a cup of tea. Mainly because I'm always at work, right? Never really get to see the garden this early. It's Saturday morning. There's no plans to do anything else other than spend a little bit of time in the garden with the family today. And we've got some really exciting stuff. So today's video, we're going to go ahead and we're going to transform this space behind me into a brand new tropical style border bed. A little bit different compared to the one just to my left because it's quite shady. The summer house has thrown a lot of shade over it, and Shane has given me some wonderful plants to go alongside some of the palms. I'll go through all the plants with you. As always, I'll go through my thoughts as we go along. So grab a brew and I hope you enjoy. I tell you what, it's really cold actually when the sun drops behind the clouds. So as mentioned, today's video, I'm going to transform a small space right next to the decking into another tropical style border. Now it already has a few plants behind it and I'm simply bringing it out. What I want to do is I want to bring the plants all the way next to the decking, so as they grow and they form these lovely palm tree leaves off the Trachycarpus wagneranus, they're going to simply cascade over and almost sort of intrude onto the decking. I think that's a really good tip as well when planting up. Don't be afraid for things to overlap. I've only got a small space. I'm unsure whether I'm going to plant all three of my Trachycarpus wagneranus here. I'm really going to battle with this one before I get it planted. So let me show you. So this is what we're starting with. Previous video, I just simply placed down some stones because this area just here is where the pond's going to be. It's going to drop straight off the decking, and then this is the area just here what's going to be extended. So first job, I need to clear all this out, start again, apart from obviously the acer that I've physically planted into the bed. Clear everything out. Let's see what we're working with. Get rid of the membrane, get rid of the slate, and so we've got a blank canvas to work with. So at work, even when we've got the smallest of jobs on, you'll always get somebody say, "Big job, rock art." And I feel like if it needs gloves and certainly the work boots, trying to preserve some of the trainers, then yeah, big job, rock art. Really excited about this job. I think you can tell it's sort of part sun, part shade. It's going to have some shady stuff in, it's going to have some palms in, and as they grow, they'll grow themselves out of the shade, if that makes sense. These are, as mentioned, of the wagneranus. I've got a couple of Trachycarpus fortunii, which are slightly different leaves. They are going to go quite close together. Really, they should be about 5 feet apart, but I'm actually going to plant them closer to that just so they look like they're intertwining all the time. The golden rule in horticulture is you plant in threes, and that's what I'm going to do. Nearly. No more decking board. So now most, but not all, of the slate has been removed. I'm just going to simply dig it over This is going to give the new plants a great opportunity to spread their roots and do their thing. If I just dig a singular hole and plant them in each one, because I've been walking over this space continuously, the ground is really compact. So therefore, the roots are never going to do as well when it's like a confined space, right? It's a bit like being in a pot. So I'm going to get my spade. It's not a big area. I'm going to turn it over, start at the back, work my way forward. Quite therapeutic. Dig it over, and then we're going to, the exciting bit, going to place some plants out. I'm going to talk you through what I'm thinking. Please let me know down below in the comments what you guys think. What a beautiful day to be a gardener, eh? Good thumbnail here. That one's for Lee. There we have it, 5 minutes worth of work. It'll make all the difference. So, a couple of things you can do with this. What I'm gonna do, I've got some chicken manure, some Vitax actually, it's called 6X, which is really quite good chicken manure. I'm gonna scatter some of this in with it, give it a rake over. But also if you've got old pots, like used compost, perhaps last year, from some sort of summer bedding or whatever, then I'm going to add that in as well. So I grew some tomatoes last year, saved the actual soil out the pots. That's going to go on top. Yes, there's no nutrients in it, but it'll be a really good soil conditioner, meaning it'll help the worms out, break things down, and all that sort of good stuff. So this is great stuff. Any chicken manure is high in nitrogen. So if you've got a young garden like me, you might be only 12 months, 2 years old, highly recommend that you get some chicken manure. It's going to make things put on so much growth in the first few years. Just going to rake that in, and then we're going to space some plants out just to take a look at what it looks like from all different angles, because I'm a strong believer in that. It's got to look right from everywhere. I feel good about this. So this is why I planted my Acer just here. So Acers love a little bit of a shady spot. They love full shade. They don't mind a little bit of sort of part sun, part shade, but they don't like the morning sun. And they don't like it too windy. So it's got a lot of wind protection in this corner just here. So I figured that was my best place for that. The Waggy Palm is going to sit right next to it. And that's a bit of the opposite. It's a bit of a sun lover, reasonably fast growing. So for me, my thinking with that is it'll outgrow the space quite quickly anyway, and it'll reach for the sun. Certainly planting 3 together will really help with that. Now what I mean by that is in horticulture, there's something called competitive growth. So if you've got one plant, yes, it'll do well if you feed it, you water it, and you love it. It'll do absolutely fine. If you plant 2 or 3 next to it, it's got to compete for light, right? So it's going to push, the competition is on, if that makes sense to you. And that is why in horticulture, one of the reasons why they say you should always plant in 3s. Sounded quite good, that, didn't it? Right, let's get these in. So the structural plants will get placed first, and then I'm going to be thinking about my underplanting. Now I was very lucky, I went to Shane Bilson's garden. This was featured on George's Jungle Garden last year, and I think a couple of years before that as well. It's an absolutely stunning tropical style garden. The one thing that blew me away was the amount of sort of normal or average plants that looked absolutely spectacular. So I'm talking acers like this one here. You've got magnolias, were in full bloom. We've got even things like hawthorn, which he's made into a specimen plant, and he's basically pruned it into something that looks spectacular instead of just leaving it to do its own thing. Things like that really make a difference, and you really can create a tropical style garden with a lot of UK hardy. I'm going to say normal, don't give me any grief for it, but it looks spectacular. Shane's garden has given me so much inspiration. Not only that, he's given me a couple of plants as well. So if you're watching this, mate, thank you so much. Real inspiration. Give me some plants, and he said to me, must go in a shady spot, so hopefully you can see. I'm trying my best in my south-facing garden to get these guys happy. So under planting, let's place that sort of stuff out. I'll talk about every single plant as we go through, or I'll cut to it just after. I'm going to place things out, then I'll talk about every single one. And yeah, really excited about it. So I have been waiting absolutely ages to get my hands on a reasonably priced mallow tree, right? So this is a Laventeria. Now, this I remember from the garden centre days. It flowers its blooms off, very similar to a hibiscus, very hardy, classed as a semi-evergreen. Probably not in my garden, probably just drop all of its leaves because I'm quite exposed here in Staffordshire. It's pretty much just a field with a 6-foot fence around. This is going to go at the back of the bed. So I've currently got a Rooster Typhina that looks great. Once this is established, that's actually going to come out because that's just in a pot still. That will come out, this will overtake its spot. It's worth mentioning, behind my palm trees, I've got a loquat tree, which is an evergreen. I've got Photinia cross Fraseri, which is an evergreen, and they will sort of give really good depth to the garden. So it'll look, when we get that like lush growth, it'll kind of look like the boundaries further away than it is, if that makes sense. So good tip for you. So although I'm just planting up the front, I've already done the back, I'm just waiting. Things have been really slow in my garden, to be honest, and I've fed them quite a lot, but that's just the way it goes sometimes. But I'm excited about this. So I'll go through these shade loving plants just before I actually get them into the ground. So really lucky. Normally I don't buy so many palms, but my mother-in-law and my wife actually bought me these, so I'm super thankful. Birthday coming up this month. So these are Trachycarpus wagneranus. I really love the structure of the palms. So let's move on to some of these shade loving plants. So just here we have the Iris confusa. Now this requires like a dapple shade area. Now that's why I've got it towards the front of my bed. Those of you who know, there's going to be a pond just here, so I want it to cascade over next to a Acer palmatum. So that's going to be at the front. I'm going to leave a bit of a space there. I think just there's either going to be my hedechium or it's going to be my canna lily, so the hardy ginger or the canna lily. So leaving that space. But this beautiful iris looks really different. It's got like a really long stem, the flowers on top. I cannot wait to get this going. So moving round, just here, this beauty is a begonia. It's a variety of bells and whistles. I cannot wait for this to get going. And again, I'm going to plant it right next to the decking so it spills over. This does require a full shady area as well. Really excited about this as it gets to a good size as well. Again, another Trachycarpus wagneranus, and yes, they are very close together, but I'm excited to see what they're going to do. This I'm actually going to put in a pot because I know it does love full shade, and I'm just a little bit worried about how much shade it has. I have a south-facing garden, so I'm just going to pop it in the pot and leave it there and just keep an eye on that, and I can move that closer to the summer house if needs be. And this beautiful thing is called an impassion, and it's called an ice storm, and again it loves full shade. So again, another Trachycarpus wagneranus just behind it, and it's starting to finally flush. I've got a Scheffler Taiwaniana, then that is where the Laventeria is going to go. Just there, and it's going to take over that spot just there. Now I have got a couple of ferns, one just there and one there. This one to the right, I'm actually going to transplant. I'm going to dig it up and I'm going to pop it right there, just in that spot there. So again, it's got the opportunity to cascade over the decking area. And then this is going to be full of canna lilies, and also we're going to have some large ricinus plants just at the back. So I'm really excited to see how this is going to go. So we're going to go ahead, I'm going to get these planted, I'm going to move the ferns, and yeah, let's get cracking. This little thing's going on the end. I was actually gifted this by Ian. Ian's got a lovely little tropical garden, grows a lot of dahlias as well. And this is a chrysanthemum. It's got like a beautiful, really bright red flower with a little yellow eye. Very easy to take cuttings from as well. And they get quite tall, got mine up to around about 3 feet last year. So it'll look good just on the edge, just as it breaks into the new border. And there we have it. I hope you've enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed making it. It's been nice to get out into the garden. Beautiful morning for it. And I've had the plants, so I've been hanging on to the plants for a little while, and then seeing Shane's gardens just give me that boost to get up and get out into mine, get these planted. And thank you again to everybody who's given me beautiful things for my garden, from pots to plants. Loads of different people who've given me stuff, and I really appreciate each and every single one of you. So if you did enjoy it, then please give it a big thumbs up, as it really does help the channel out, and drop a comment down below, as it helps share it out to others who love gardening just like we do. So I'm currently sat on my decking. This time next year, my feet will be in the water, as it will dangle straight off the decking. So I'm really excited about that project. Really happy about this. This is going to go ahead and do its thing. Yeah, until tomorrow, I'll see you in the garden. You take care. What did you just say?
I don't know, I can't remember.